For Subaru, the season is going really well. By the time they'd reached Greece, they had proved the new car was a contender. Richard Burns had collected back-to-back wins in Kenya and Portugal, finished second in Spain and won again in Argentina. Quite clearly, the new car was working well, and the decision to hold it back until the teething problems had been removed appeared to be vindicated. But when was life ever that simple? Random mechanical failures followed, and the regular test program was suddenly thrown into sharp relief as the team searched for answers to questions they hadn't expected. This normally unseen side of the World Rally Championship makes up a huge percentage of the workload for the team and the drivers, and adds yet another burden to the list of demands on their time and attention.
When we go on rallies, then there's sort of 3 days recceing plus 3 days rallying, and for each rally we do, I think, sort of 2 or 3 days. So quite a lot, but same as with the events, there's a lot of other things involved, like the travelling. Each time you come to Europe, then it's half a day there, half a day back, so that's where the time goes.
Fingers had been pointed at the Pirelli tyres several times in the past as reasons why the car was never quite the dominant force that logic dictated it ought to be. And a series of tyre tests began on the hot tarmac surfaces of Spain and then Italy. Without a tarmac victory for more than 2 years, this unending, almost monotonous quest for the right combination of construction and compound is essential. A good test can definitely produce a good outcome on the rally.
You have to be completely happy with the car when you leave the test and you start the rally. So if the test means that you are happy enough with the car that you know, you're confident and the car's quick, then of course you can lay the foundation. But you know, you win the rally with good test, you win the rally with a good recce, and then you win the rally with being in the right frame of mind on the event as well.
There were no points in Greece, but Burns was still top of the championship leaderboard when they went to New Zealand and scored no points. Under mounting pressure from all sides, Finland turned into a major accident and a major reversal of fortune as he was knocked off the top spot after leading the series for the past 5 rounds. The bulk of the remaining rounds were gravel, but Corsica and San Remo both provided opportunities for rivals to gain points. Still on course to be Britain's second world champion, Burns was, however, one of 4 men with a chance of the title. Testing late in the season and testing a car that is not the one you'll be using in the next rally begs the question, does the setup transfer?
If you're very happy with the test car, then the chances are you're going to be happy with the rally car, because the rally car's, you know, completely brand new, whereas you might have just finished a 5-day test, and it doesn't matter however many bits you replace, it still feels like, you know, it's done a few days work. So chances are when you get to the rally, then you're in good shape, because the event car, everything is brand new. But it doesn't always translate that everything is perfect, you know, from one car to another, but generally it works pretty well.
Fuel crisis across Europe, almost no testing in Corsica, except perhaps for the French teams, but the mountain roads of northern Italy make a suitable substitute. Second place in Spain earlier in the year was a sign that the tarmac situation may be on the brink of reversal, and certainly there was evidence of considerable effort going into this test ahead of the Corsica round of the series. Along with its normal support crew, Pirelli brought a lorry load of P0s to the venue, and the team settled into that steady routine of 3 runs up the stage and back, change tyres, 3 runs up and back, compare times, compare opinions, discuss thoughts and feelings. Though the image of rallying may not be as glamorous as the one which the higher profile world of Formula 1 enjoys, it is usually a bit more glamorous than this. At least it is most of the time. But this most definitely is the foundation of championship success, and there's no substitute for input of effort. Though rally teams can seldom afford the luxury of a test driver in the way that Formula 1 teams all seem to manage with ease, it is possible that this, getting the actual driver to do the testing, is arguably more effective a method of working in any case. When the chips are down, Michael Schumacher prefers to test in person if he can. But there's no doubt that the benefits are tempered by the personnel cost, time, effort and eventually fatigue. But the demands don't only extend to the driver and co-driver, though the test team is a full entity that spends half a year away from home, evaluating tyres and various parts, which makes the component failures in Cyprus all the stranger since they've never shown up in a rally or test before. And while the test team is here in Italy, the rally team is busy too, either preparing the cars for the next round or on the way to it, setting up in preparation for the recce, then scrutineering and the shakedown. 14 times a year, January to November, you get Christmas at home, but that's about it. And the success of the drivers on any given event becomes the pointed bit at the top of the pyramid, a factor of the time and effort expended by an unseen army of people, making the closeness of stage times, rally results and entire championships all the more surprising.
The thing about rallying, well, quite a few sports, you rely a lot on, especially in motorsport, you rely a lot on the team that's behind you, and they have to be happy and confident and good at their jobs as well. So for me to succeed, I need everybody in the team to succeed as well, and it's a completely a team thing. So we have to sort of pull together and make sure we're all working the right direction.
After the Australian round, Richard Burns is now second and 9 points behind championship leader Marcus Grönholm. Subaru as a team are third in the Constructors' Championship behind M Sport and leaders Peugeot. Richard Burns is still urging the team to greater effort for the British round when he must win, and Grönholm must finish 6th or lower for the title to be won by Burns. Tommy Mäkinen in the Mitsubishi was leading the Drivers' Championship until he was excluded from the Australian round. The Finn had won the event only to be disqualified for having an irregular turbo, which the team say was the result of a genuine mistake.